Do you feel like your own mind is holding you back from achieving greatness? Do you struggle with self-doubt, fear, and uncertainty? What if I told you that the greatest warrior in Japanese history, Miyamoto Musashi, held the secret to creating an invincible mindset, one that would allow you to conquer any obstacle, overcome any challenge, and achieve unparalleled success? In this video, we'll unlock the principles of Musashi's unbeatable philosophy and show you how to harness the power of self-belief to unleash your full potential and become the master of your own destiny. Step 1. Own your strengths and weaknesses. You must understand that there is more than one path to the top of the mountain. Miyamoto Musashi said at one point, "This deep wisdom tells us that accepting ourselves fully, flaws and all, is the first step to having an unbeatable mindset." It's not enough to just make a thought list. You need to really think about yourself. Imagine that your mind is a sword. You should look at yourself with the same care that Musashi would use to check his sword, knowing both its sharp edge and its flaws. Your skills are what make you strong and unique. You might be incredibly creative, very analytical, or have a lot of understanding. Not only are these features good, they can also help you succeed. But this is where a lot of people fail. They try to hide or avoid their flaws. Musashi shows us that this is a very important mistake. Your flaws are not your enemies. They are what teach you. You take away their power to surprise or hurt you when you recognize them. Instead, they turn into places where you can grow and get better. Spend some time writing down what you're good and bad at. Honestly, tell the truth. If you're scared of public speech, write it down. If you put things off, admit it. It's not an exercise in criticizing yourself. It's an exercise in being aware of yourself. Musashi would say, "Know yourself, know your enemy, and you need not fear the result of 100 battles." Remember that owning your flaws doesn't mean you have to live with them. It means being aware of where you need to put your efforts to get better. Being aware of yourself is the first step toward growth. Once you know everything about yourself, good and bad, you can start to believe in yourself without any doubt. The important thing is to not judge this step, but rather approach it with kindness and interest. You're not describing who you are. You're making a plan for where you can go and where you are now. This honest look at yourself is what will help you build real confidence, not the kind that breaks easily when things get tough. Step 2. Stop seeking external validation. In his book, The Book of 5 Rings, Musashi talks about how important it is to count on yourself and not what other people think. This idea is very important for developing an unbeatable attitude. The need for approval from other people all the time is like a chain that stops you from reaching your full potential. Think about how much time and effort you put into worrying about what other people think of you. How many times have you put off going after your dreams because you were afraid of what other people would think? This need for other people's approval is a form of mental slavery that Musashi strongly warns against. Validation from other people is really like a short-term high. It makes you feel good at the time, but it makes you want more later. It's a never-ending loop that never ends with real self-confidence. Knowing that your worth isn't based on likes, comments, or other people's views gives you real confidence. To get out of this loop, you should first make choices based on your own morals and sense. When you're about to do something, ask yourself, am I doing this because I really want to or because I want other people to like it? This simple question has the power to completely change the way you act. Get used to making decisions without asking other people for help. Start small. Pick out what to wear without asking other people what they think, and choose your next job move based on your own goals, not what other people think you should do. Every time you decide something on your own, you build up your self-confidence. There is nothing outside of yourself that can ever help you get better, stronger, richer, faster, or smarter. Musashi said, "Everything is inside." There is everything. Don't look for anything else. It's not about ignoring criticism or getting cocky. It's about building a strong inner compass that leads your actions. Step 3. Develop a growth mindset. Musashi's life shows how important it is to have a growth attitude. He never stopped learning and growing. He had his first fight when he was 13 years old and went on to become Japan's best swordsman. This is what a growth attitude is all about, believing that you can get better at things by working hard and failing at first. A fixed mindset is very different from a growth mentality. People with a fixed mindset think that their qualities are set in stone. This makes them want to show themselves over and over again instead of working on growing. You must understand that there is more than one path to the top of the mountain. Musashi told them, change the way you talk to yourself to start developing a growth attitude. Do not say, I can't do this, but rather, I can't do this yet. This easy addition of yet makes room for growth and improvement. When you face problems, don't see them as threats to your skills, but as chances to learn. Musashi had many problems and setbacks in his life, but he never saw them as lasting problems. Everything that went wrong or was hard was a lesson and a way to get better. He was able to keep changing and getting better this way. And he finally went on to win all of his over 60 duels. Learn to face obstacles instead of avoiding them. Keep in mind that struggle is not a sign of weakness, but of growth whenever you are going through something hard. In order to learn something new or get better at something, your brain makes new neural pathways. If you keep going even when things get hard, you'll get smarter and better at what you're doing. Remember that having a growth attitude doesn't mean acting like nothing is hard or that failing doesn't hurt. It's about realizing that your skills can change and that hard work is the only way to get better. It was said by Musashi, you can only fight the way you practice. Every day, make it a point to learn and grow. Step 4. Visualize your success. In his lessons, Musashi stressed how important it was to perceive and picture things. He thought that in order to win, one had to first see it in their mind. This concept isn't just useful on the battlefield. It's a powerful way to build an unbeatable mindset in all parts of life. Visualization isn't just daydreaming. It's a conscious way to practice being successful in your mind. This method has been used for a long time to improve the success of athletes, business people, and performers. Your brain forms neural patterns that are similar to those that are made when you actually do the action. To begin, make a thorough picture of what your success would look like. Describe it. If you want to start your own business, picture yourself making choices, running meetings, and reaching important goals with confidence. See the colors, hear the sounds, and feel the feelings that come with being successful. Sense is strong and sight is weak. Musashi taught. If you think about it, what you think about yourself and your skills is more important than what you see. When you keep picturing yourself succeeding, you start to believe that you can do it, which makes you act in ways that support that belief. Make it a habit to visualize every day. Every day, take at least 10 minutes to be still and think about how you can solve problems and reach your goals. It's important to make these pictures as clear and striking as you can. Feel the feelings, picture the conversations, and feel the achievement. Remember that visualizing isn't a way to escape reality. It's a way to train your mind to be successful. You must understand that there is more than one way to get to the top of the mountain. Musashi would say, visualization helps you see these ways more clearly and gives you the courage to go after them. Step 5. Create small, achievable wins. Musashi didn't become a master in one big step. Instead, he got there by winning many small battles and always getting better. Creating small wins that you can actually achieve is a key part of developing an invincible mindset. Every little win gives you more confidence and pushes you toward bigger goals. Break down your bigger goals into smaller jobs that you can handle first. Do not think about the end result when you want to learn a skill. Instead, think about getting 1% better every day. Even though these small improvements may not seem like much at first, they add up over time to make big changes. Think about how Musashi learned to be so good with a sword. He didn't become Japan's best fighter all of a sudden. He practiced basic moves over and over, got better at his stance, learned new skills, and over time became more skilled. Each small progress was a win that helped him reach mastery in the end. Set up a way to keep track of these little wins. No matter how small it seems, write down what you've done each day. Did you get up early to work out? Good job. Did you face a fear today? Good job. Did a mistake teach you something? That is certainly a win. These compliments help you remember that you have been successful in the past. Musashi once said, "You can only fight the way you practice. Plan your exercise and do it every day." Every day, make small goals that you can reach and have a party when you do. This creates a good feedback loop that makes you feel better about your skills. Don't forget how important small wins can be. They're not just steps toward bigger goals. They're what you need to believe in yourself no matter what. Every little win shows that you can do well and that you can set and reach your goals. Step 6. Confront fear head-on. Musashi dealt with fear in a clear and useful way. It was clear to him that fear is a normal part of life, but it shouldn't guide our actions. It was his words, "Nothing outside of yourself can ever make you better, stronger, richer, faster, or smarter. Everything is inside." A lot of the time, fear is what keeps us from reaching our goals. Fear comes in many ways, such as fear of failing, fear of being judged, fear of succeeding, and fear of the unknown. That being said, Musashi taught that the best way to get over fear is to face it head-on. First, write down your fears. Take notes, look them over, and try to figure out where they came from. Have you thought about these threats, or are they made up by you? Many times, your fears are caused by things you think are dangerous rather than real ones. They start to lose their power over you once you bring them into the light. Make a plan for how you can face your fears gradually. If you're scared of public speaking, start by being more vocal in small groups. If you're afraid of failing, start by taking small risks where the results won't matter much. You show yourself that you are stronger than you thought every time you face a fear and get through it. Musashi said, "You must understand that there is more than one path to the top of the mountain." In other words, there are many ways to face your fears and get past them. You should always keep going forward, no matter what method you choose. Fear can point you in the right direction. The things we fear the most are often the very things we need to do to grow. When you feel scared, ask yourself, what does this fear want to teach me? What chance for growth does it point to? Step 7. Surround yourself with like-minded people. Musashi knew that a person's surroundings had a big effect on how they thought. He often went alone to learn more, but he also knew how important it was to learn from others and be with people who challenged your ideas and helped you grow. Your surroundings have a big effect on how you think. The people you hang out with have an effect on what you think, believe, and do. If you want to have an unbeatable attitude, hang out with people who believe in growth, take on difficulties head-on, and are determined to reach their goals. Take a look at your present group of friends. Are the people around you helping you grow or stopping you? Do they believe in your dreams or brush them off? Do they deal with the problems in their lives with courage, or do they always complain? Remember that you don't have to totally cut people out of your life, but you might need to spend less time with people who make you feel bad about yourself or drain your energy. Look for people who share your beliefs and inspire you. Join clubs or groups that are focused on helping you grow as a person. Find people who have already done what you want to do. Spend time with people who make you think outside the box and push yourself. Make or join a mastermind group. This is an idea that fits with what Musashi taught about growth and strategy. Having regular interactions with people who are also committed to personal growth can give you support, hold you accountable, and give you new ways to look at problems. Remember what Musashi said about learning. Know 10,000 things from one thing. The people in your group can all teach you something useful, whether it's through their successes, failures, or unique points of view. Be willing to learn from other people, but stay true to your own path and values. This careful selection of your social circle isn't about being exclusive or elitist. It's about making conditions that help you grow and boost your confidence. Being around people who believe in the power of personal development and have the attitude you want to develop makes your own journey easier and more inspiring. Your mind has the power to make you feel like you can't be defeated. You can have unwavering confidence and do things you never thought possible if you follow these 7 steps and believe in Musashi's timeless advice. Don't forget that this trip isn't about changing into someone else. It's about becoming your strongest, most true self. Begin right now. Just take one small step. Start with a single rule. Musashi taught us that every trip of 1,000 miles starts with one step. Start the process of becoming unbeatable right now.